So as we start this video, I think it's very funny. I was focused on the reproductions of the Soviet coins, but right below, do you see that there is there's an alien, like from the movie Aliens here, been made as sort of a artistic homage to exactly what I was talking about. So there is an imagined world where you can see that they've gone in there and they've done that. I didn't even notice it at first. There's one here for the Voyager probe that we did in the States. I wonder if there's any more artistic ones. There's some very funny cat ones. Okay. And most of these look pretty similar. There's one to a movie franchise. Okay. Oh, here's a couple of artistic ones. Let's look at these real quick. Okay, so these are like the mission patches NASA and other space agencies made for their missions. And so you can see that these are very close to, that's great, very close to the idea of if you see that mission patch on the shoulder of the astronaut. But it's obviously not an actual Apollo 1969 type of mission patch. Okay, so let's get back here. So I'm going to do a little project where I try to honor the idea of Paul Baran. And you may remember this from early lectures. Now, Paul Baran was the mathematician who helped develop the way to divide up information so that it could travel across our internetwork, the internet. It allows you to divide up information the same way that we divide up an image into pixels and then transmit it, and the bits can go different routes and then they get reassembled at the other side. It's kind of magic, right? And so his very famous illustration was the completely diversified network where it's distributed and you can find lots of paths no matter which one gets broken. You can find your way to another node by going there. I'll flash that image up here. Okay, so he was key in the development of the ARPANET. And this is why I'm focusing on him as a hero that maybe people don't realize every day. So I'm going to try to elevate him up to that idea of a cosmonaut or an astronaut and honor him. So this is my thinking here. Again, you can use something completely fictional, you can recreate a myth, that's fine. But you got to find a focus for your project. And so mine's going to be these lesser known pioneers. So where should you start? I would say you find that subject and then you start doing an image search on that person. And here's a great one, right? Here is a picture of him later in life giving a lecture on his idea of the completely distributed network, right? Here's the picture that's usually published about the time that he first released his research talking about that. Here's a really wonderful one. He's a little bit older in life, but it's very illustrative. And so it's been brought down to just a black and white image, and that would probably translate pretty good. And, once you do that, maybe you'll come across the network images. And, oh my gosh, here's almost what I'm talking about, because we can see Paul Baran, and we can see his famous illustration from his paper there behind it. This is what this is starting to get to where I'm talking about. You can see it in this banner, the images that they've used to convey the idea. So I'm going to mine this for a bunch of images, meaning I'm going to download some stuff into a folder, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how I get started.